What's up, y'all? It's Tony, and we're here for another version of Famous Finds. Today we are in sunny Philadelphia at the famous Reading Terminal Market. It's been here since 1893, over 130 years. I've been here one time before, like 10 years ago. This place is jamming still today, 2025. Let's get inside and see what all the fuss is about. Come on. Thanks. All right, first stop is Hershel's East Side. We have a cheat sheet here from our friend Cassandra. Thank you, Cassandra, for the recommendations. Hershel's East Side Deli, corned beef and pastrami sandwiches. That's what we're gonna get. Let me get a corned beef Reuben and a pastrami Rachel, please. All right, Hershel's East Side. First stop, we have the pastrami Rachel. Rachel is with coleslaw, Swiss cheese, and Russian dressing. And I love how they toasted the bread without even asking for it, but I would have told them yes. And then you got the CBR, corned beef Reuben. Didn't want to get the plain Jane sandwiches, wanted to get them dressed up. Reuben with sauerkraut, Russian dressing, and Swiss cheese, of course. These things are massive. All right, I'm gonna do the corned beef Reuben first. They had the bread up on the shelf, and it reminds me of Langer's in LA. They double baked it, basically. They double toasted it to get the edge to be crispy, so you get the crunchiness on the crust. Really, really good corned beef. Little sloppy, I would say. The piece that we got, of course, I'm sure they're, once they pull out the full brisket and they start it, I'm sure it doesn't have the end pieces and falling apart like that. But really, really effing good. All right, next up we have, and this thing's falling apart all over me, pastrami Rachel. Again, Rachel and Reuben. Rachel with coleslaw, Swiss cheese and Russian dressing. Reuben with sauerkraut, Swiss cheese, and Russian dressing. So massive sandwiches. Was that a pickle? Yeah, I guess I can wash my palate between these bites. And of course, you're supposed to have solid pickles when you're a Jewish deli, so. Tasted a little bit of the pastrami. Not very smoky, which is a good thing. I don't want it overpowering. A little messy. Super flavorful. Super, super flavorful. Pastrami, very, very tender, very moist. Like I said, it's just a little bit on the messy side, which, whatever. I mean, I guess you're looking to get a little dirty with these sandwiches, and they are massive. For 15 bucks, it's definitely a steal, though. Off to a great start here at Reading Terminal. Let's keep going. Here we have some produce that is just okay. It's not great, just okay. You order here? Can I get a roast pork, please? This one's actually the one that I ate when I came here 10 years ago, which is the Nick's roast pork and beef. I think it's probably the most famous one in here from what I gather. The traditional way is your roast pork with sharp cheese and broccoli rabe on it, and then they do the fried long hots, which is a Philly thing as well. I told them to put them on the side because I remember from Angelo's when we did the cheesesteak, they were hot. Just like I remember it. The pork is super tender. A little bit of bitterness from the broccoli rabe, not too much. And then you got the sharp provolone on the bottom, kind of holding it all together. Long hots, spicy, still spicy. Probably want some mustard on it, something like that, personally, but obviously I gotta taste it plain first to see exactly what's going on. It's a solid sub. Personal preference, Reuben pastrami we just ate over this, but different beast. It's a different animal. You can see how thinly they slice that pork. It's pretty cool. All right, that's the Nick's. Keep going and find some other places. All right, Miller's Twist, fresh pretzels, and I was recommended by Cassandra to get the bacon, egg, and cheese, but it's after 10 o'clock, so they don't have bacon, egg, and cheese. So I asked the nice lady what's the most popular one for lunch, and of course her answer was the cheesesteak, as you would imagine. That's what we just saw them getting wrapped up there. The cheese whiz looked a little bit like government cheese, not gonna lie. So I don't know what to expect here, but here it is. Pretzel's good. Pretzel's really good. Philly's also known for their pretzels, so makes sense. Good combination. But I think the inside needs some work personally. Steak's a little bland. Whiz needs a little bit of work, but solid. Maybe the bacon, egg, and cheese would have been better. Let's keep it moving. Bones for dogs. All right. Pennsylvania is also the home of the Amish. Didn't think about that. And you have an Amish stall here. Turkey melt with fries, please. Yep. Dutch eating place. Almost. Almost a mess. Dang. You want some? This makes me happy. Fresh fries. They're like almost shoestrings, but not shoestrings. All right. Homemade white bread, tomato, Russian dressing, bacon, turkey. The turkey, they were roasting it right back there, so I know this is going to be good. It's real good. Real good. Turkey is a tad dry, I would say, but you got the tomato and the Russian dressing kind of soaking it all up in the cheese, right? That is cheese. Yep, that is cheese. Really good. Bread's really good too. You can see the bread, the way that when they toast it, that it's homemade because it's like got the pores still like coming through. Dutch eating place, breading terminal, solid. Feed Filbert. Your donations support the Food Trust in bringing delicious, nutritious food to families and communities across Philadelphia and beyond. There you go. Hi, Filbert. Apple fritter and glazed cream filled donut.
Yeah, they're right across the aisle, right around the corner here.
Got it.
All right.
Thank you. Here we are. Eat more Whole Foods. HOLE with a hole. So, Byler's, Byler's Donuts, Beeler's. I didn't ask him how to spell it. This is what was recommended to us. Apple fritter. Pretty good. Oil tastes a little old that they fried it in. And the glazed cream filled donut. This is right up my alley. They got the whipped fluff inside. Really good. All right, I see him. Keep going. All right, apparently you can't come to Reading without a trip to Bassett's ice cream. Butter pecan and mint chocolate chip are the ones that we got recommended to us. I'm going to start with the butter pecan. Very good. Good texture. You can tell it's fresh, very fresh. They sell a lot of this. Consistency's good where it's nice and, pretty pliable, not too thick where you can't pick it up. Plenty of pecans. Maybe toasted the pecans. Personal preference, kind of little way to elevate it, but solid. And the mint chocolate chip is probably the only thing that I do not eat. There's one thing that Tony doesn't eat. So what I'm going to do is bring my camera lady here, my wife, in to taste this because she actually eats this flavored ice cream. So Agapi's going to have to eat this one.
Let's see. This is my favorite thing. Mmm.
Don't eat the whole thing. You got to tell us about it.
I love it.
Is it good?
Oh my god. I can't stop. I can't stop. Can't stop.
Does it have a lot of mint flavor, a lot of chocolate chips?
It's a perfect amount of chocolate chips and not too minty. Like, δεν είναι πολύ έντονο. and I love them. Let's keep going.
Quack, 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 quack. I'll do a cannoli, please. Do two of them. Three. One of each, please. I love how they have the piping bags in the air, eh? Termini Brothers, gold medal pastry since 1921. Here we are wrapping up the Reading Terminal tour. We came, we conquered. I think we had a pretty good showing. Let me know what you think, obviously. Like and subscribe. The only thing I think that we didn't cover is probably a cheesesteak, obviously, because we're in Philly, which we saw a couple spots in there. They didn't look too promising. And Sandy probably didn't put it on the list for a reason, I would assume. And I'm probably spoiled from doing Angelo's as my first famous find. Probably the cheesesteak pretzel was probably the biggest letdown, too. Just not great quality meat on the pretzel. The cannolis were pretty cool little spot there. They had the piping bags suspended from the ceiling, as you saw in there. And he didn't even ask me. He was going to just do the traditional. And then I asked him if he had different flavors because I saw 3 bags sitting in the air. And he said, oh, yeah, the traditional, which is regular with chocolate chips, vanilla, and chocolate. I'm going to probably go backwards here. I'm going to go chocolate, vanilla, and then traditional at the end. So Termini Brothers, apparently the cannolis, I asked him what the top seller is because Cassandra said she's not a crazy fan of them, but it's a Philly staple. She didn't have a suggested dessert. So here we are trying all 3 of them. Chocolate. Not very chocolatey. Like you can even see from the color, it's more on the vanilla side, honestly, than it is the chocolate side. Probably why he didn't recommend me the other flavors, but when in Rome, cannoli is really good though. Definitely made in house. Is thicker, which I can go either way. Like if it's like big like this, I kind of want it thick to hold up to all the filling. But if they're like the little minis, I want it super thin so it like evaporates in your mouth. That's good. It's the regular vanilla. And then the traditional one, which I'm looking forward to. I mean, you can just see the difference in the cream color. The traditional one has a, you know, more whipped consistency to it, kind of like that donut, like the filling in the donut. So much better. Winner. They should take the other 2 bags down from the ceiling. Leave 1 bag up. That's a wrap. Termini Brothers and everybody else inside of the Reading Terminal Market. Now I know why it's famous.